can't stand the way Michael Jackson has been portrayed in the days since his death. Now, you know some of the portrayals, that he can't sing, that he can barely move, that he's addicted to Diprovan, that somebody provided these drugs. What is it that you couldn't stand about the reporting, and how do you refute it?
Okay, well, first of all, we all discussed this, and since we were the ones who spent the most time with him in the last 4 months of his life, putting the show together, and we didn't come here to whitewash his image. I've said this before, but we want the world to know, okay, how happy and how vibrant and how engaged and connected he was in this endeavor, and that's why we're here.
He was into it. He was going to
big time. He coined the "this is," as Kenny said. He coined the "this is it" term. He's a marketing genius.
You know that a nurse has come out of the woodwork and said that she was called 4 days before his death, and that staff on behalf of Michael were begging for Diprovan, this drug, which is basically used only under general anesthesia, never prescribed for home use, etc. Any credence to that?
All I know is the security, one of the guys in the security detail said she was at the house maybe 1 or 2 times to look at the kid. They have no idea what she's talking about.
Right.
So I don't know.
A lot has been made about the physical that Michael Jackson allegedly took back in March and allegedly passed. What do you know about the physical and about the results of that physical?
Okay, I know it wasn't alleged. I was there. I mean, I wasn't at the physical, but I was there when it came back. Okay, a doctor named David Slavitt out of New York, it's the first time I think anyone's heard his name, was hired by the insurance carriers to come out here. He gave Michael a pretty grueling 5-hour physical and did all the tests. And we were never privy to the patient-doctor information, which we wouldn't be. But our insurance broker told us that Michael passed with flying colors, were the words, and that all he had was a little hay fever.
All right, so there must have been blood and urine analysis, no hint in that physical, as far as you knew, of any drug use, either systematic or recent?
As far as we were told, okay, and we got an insurance policy because of the physical. You know, Lloyd's of London would not have given us a policy if there was something wrong in that physical.
You saw him before, during, and after rehearsals for weeks and weeks on end.
Yes.
Did any of you ever see any hint that Michael Jackson was relying on or using prescription medication for himself? Not just, you know, an aspirin here and there after a tough workout, or an Advil or something, but something that alarmed any of you.
Okay. Well, I probably had the most one-on-one meetings with him, discussing business aspects of this, and his acuity was there. He looked me in the eye. He understood everything I was talking about. He was very engaged. So, I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a drug rehab specialist, but I could not tell if he was taking painkillers or other medications, as they say. Now, in my dealings with him, okay, he was spot on and very engaged. Okay, my problem with him was he didn't like to work as hard as I thought he needed to work. Okay, and the truth is, Mike, the truth, he didn't need to. He had like muscle memory when he got on that stage and started dancing. And that Tuesday night that the guys are talking about, okay, and this is a tight family. That Tuesday night, I was crying. I don't want anyone in the business to know that, but it was so amazing. Okay, I had goosebumps. That's the reality. That's the Michael I remember.
Nobody else saw any hint? I mean, you guys, again, we were talking before about the difficulty of being a person in your 50s, you know.
Well, once again, I'm just going to echo what Randy said. None of us are doctors and none of us are specialists, so nobody knows. But to do this job, you have to be acute. You have to be steadfast in your conviction in doing it, and to be altered in any state, it would just prove that you couldn't do it. It's just funny. Our problem with MJ was, once again, what Randy said. He didn't, you know, we wanted him to work harder. We were having a meeting Tuesday night, the technical, looking at film and looking at the thing, and during this whole big, you know, fantastic thing that we're doing, technical, important thing, he's leaning over to me and we're talking about the Three Stooges.